Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 battle. Hello Big Bird. I am bringing the Warriors of Chaos. My ally here is the Empire. We are facing off against two of the greenskin players. It started it off a couple minutes ago, but I fast forwarded a little bit because all that's been happening is a Doom Diver firing into the Empire and a Hellstorm rocket battery firing into the greenskins. So my army here, we have 4 Chaos Warriors, 2 Chaos Warriors with great weapons, Chaos Warrior with halberds, a armored troll, Big Bird, and then an exalted hero on the flying mount. I also have 2 Gore Beast chariots over here on the flanks. My ally, I believe, has 3 halberdiers, 3 handgunners, 2 quarrelers, an arch-lector, a witch hunter, 2 great swords, I think. Yeah, 2 great swords, and then a swordsman over here. They also have, oh no, 3 great swords, sorry. 3 great swords, because one's out here on the flanks. The greenskin players here, both of them brought Grimgore. This player over here brought 2 goblin big bosses. We have a front line of orc boys backed up by the black orcs, a troll giant, and then the Doom Diver catapult and orc boar boys. Then the other player, I'm sorry, another group of trolls over here. The other player also brought a front line of orc boys backed up by orc biggins. We have a savage orc biggin, another troll, 2 forest goblin spider riders. Yeah, 2 forest goblin spider riders, a goblin. There it is, Goblin Wolf Chariot, and then an Orc Boar Chariot as well. And we also have Goblin, or Orc Boar Biggins, jeez. A lot of cav / chariots for that faction, or for that player. So yeah, right now we're just getting into position, trying to make sure that the Hellstorm rocket battery is not going to be rushed by all of this greenskin goblin cav, so I'm trying to stay close to it. And we're just forming a line here. This is an interesting formation. So we have these handgunners that are in a very narrow column because they're going to be able to fire between these kind of like crooked halberdiers, but they're not so far like turned that they can't respond quickly to a charge. An interesting formation. I have not seen one like this before, where we have these little crooked front line and then a column of handgunners, because all that needs to happen is one handgunner basically needs to be in range and then they can all fire. So like it doesn't honestly matter what kind of formation you have the handgunners is, like this is totally fine. So, interesting, just wanted to point it out. Interesting use of formation there. Right here I'm pulling back my Chaos Warriors with halberdiers to cover the Hellstorm rocket battery. I think I pulled back the rest of my army a little bit as well. My Gore Beasts are going to assist this player in the beginning of the battle. I'm waiting for them to get closer. Right here, I'm just trying to threaten this Goblin Wolf Chariot with my Exalted Hero, and I'm dodging some of their shots here by just going left and right. Those goblins. Oh, hold on. Forgot to lower the rotation speed. So now it looks like the greenskins are going to finally start charging, and they are getting into range of the handgunners. So I'm going to try and delay them a little bit by rushing our 2 Gore Beast chariots in there, because I want them to get shot as much as possible. And I'm thinking that I can get in and out pretty quickly. So we're going to charge here. Unfortunately, these trolls kind of get in the way, which is not exactly what I wanted to charge. Gore Beasts do not have the mass to push the trolls out. I was trying to get into the orc boys. So then I'm going to try to immediately withdraw as fast as I can. And I'm going to do more repeating charges over here, but we will watch that in a little bit. Meanwhile, my main line is starting to get charged by these orc boys. So these great swords are going to help these Chaos Warriors kill some orcs. We also have the Orc Cav going around the flanks, and again I have my halberdiers ready to receive them. I have my Great Warriors, Big Bird, and of course my Exalted Hero up there. Grimgore is going to be smashing into the center of my line here shortly behind these Orc Boys, along with another row of Orc Biggins. For Gork. So yeah, all my Chaos Warriors are now engaged in melee. There are more Orc Boar Boys, Orc Biggins going around the flanks over here, which is not going to be good for my Chaos Warriors, but hey, they are still a hardy bunch. There's also some trolls coming in. And here comes the Orc Biggin reinforcements, along with Grimgore. We have the Goblin Chariots back there. I threw my Exalted Hero and Big Bird into this pocket of troops to try and rout them quickly. The spell... Ooh, I never noticed that he grabbed people with his staff before. At least I don't think I noticed that. The spells here I have with Big Bird are just 2 of them. Again, he has the Metal Lore, so I'm bringing more debuffs. The Plague of Rust, which if you overcast it can get, I believe it's minus 30 armor to a specific target. And then the Transmutation of Lead. If you overcast this one, it drops their melee damage by minus 44% instead of 22. But yeah, I'm just bringing these debuffs for our army, and that's it. I'm not bringing any like Vortex spells or Bombardment. Big Bird is a pretty good melee combatant, so with him and this Exalted Hero, I believe that these Orc Boys should be, well, destroyed pretty quickly. Over here, my Halberdiers are, again, just trying to protect this Hellstorm Rocket Battery, but then I engage them against these Orc Boar Boys and these Orc Chariots because they are coming at me. There's some Savage Orc Biggins as well. I have my Great Warriors over here, as well as my Halberdiers. I want to try and crush those Chariots as fast as I can, because they are scary. So here we go, I'm bringing also my Exalted Hero into the mix. The Hellstorm Rocket Battery is now not going to be covered by anything, so they will be charged by some goblins here shortly. This is, I believe, a Plague of Rust? Transmutation Lead, sorry. Being dropped on the Savage Orcs and the Orc Chariots and all these. Try and weaken the damage potential of these Savage Orcs while we kill them, because their damage is quite high. Over here, Grimgor is punching through my Chaos lines to try and assist this pocket of resistance over here. Also killing some Chaos Warriors along the way. And my Chaos Warriors are slowly crumbling here on the flank because they have so many orcs to deal with. You can see them just pouring in here against Big Bird and the Exalted Hero. And then also our great weapons and halberdiers. These Forest Goblin Spider Riders dealt with the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. I couldn't protect it any longer. There's just too many orcs here. Also, you can see the enemy trolls are here as well. My trolls, I believe, are assisting the Imperial player against some Black Orcs right now. That's a target that the armor trolls are pretty good at taking out. Luckily, these Orc Boar Chariots are not really moving, so we're just getting a lot of good halberd hits against them. God, there are so many. Over here, this flank was, again, helped early on by my heroes, and now my Gorpies Chariots are finally making their way to help against our battle. So they're just piling into these Orc Boys. So yeah, this flank of mine is going to be wrapped up pretty quickly now. And so these Chaos Warriors are going to be free to reinforce our new main line, which is now over here, against all those Orc Biggins and Grimgor. But yeah, these Orc Biggins and the Orc Boys are just routing. They will come back from routing, but this is pretty big for us, a big win, so we can get these Chaos Warriors to another part of the battle. Because my Chaos Warriors, I have a lot of them over here, including, you know, Big Bird and the Exalted Hero, but there's a lot of orcs, trolls, Grimgor, who's never fun to face. Also, the 2 Goblin Big Bosses have been a real nuisance to me because they also have the healing potions. So they've come in and dealt some damage to my Exalted Hero, who's now totally surrounded. And then they run out when they get damaged and come back with the healing potion. I will say, this opponent did a really good job with their Goblin Big Bosses. I guess they had 2 of them. You may not be able to really see them here because they're just so small, but trust me, they did a lot of strikes against my heroes and were a major nuisance. Here come my Gorpies Chariots to help Big Bird. Get into this pocket of Orc Biggins and Orc Boys. And now we're helping the Exalted Hero. Or at least the people he was fighting. He's trying to pull it out right now. I believe that one of the Goblin Big Bosses in here, I think. Because they are dealing some damage to my hero. Now our hero is dealing with those Savage Orcs. Meanwhile, the rest of our Chaos Warrior line has dealt a pretty big blow to the Orc Boys at this point. Now they're dealing with this Goblin Big Boss. Let's take a moment here just to look at all the hit points. You can see a lot of the Orc line has routed, but some of them are now coming back. We have some great swords chasing out some Orc Boys there. My Chaos Troops, this is all that remains of them. We have half of our Gore Beast Chariots still alive. They're about to be pinned down by some Forest Goblin Spider Riders. These trolls will be coming back as well. And here's one of those Goblin Big Bosses. Again, they had 2. I think the other one, there's the other one right here, again, dealing with our halberds. They were annoying with the healing potions and quick strikes. They did really good with them. And you can see my Exalted Hero's almost dead. Big Bird still is doing okay. Grimgor is still mostly at full health. And then we also have some Orc Biggins. And then again, the 4 Spider Riders coming to pin down my chariots. is not what you want. You want to be able to have a lot of free movements with these chariots. And so this entire time, I'm just trying to pull them out. I'm trying to get them through, do what damage they can. Here comes Big Bird again, another Goblin Big Boss, I believe. Some of the Orc Boar Boy Biggins still alive. Doing what I can to try and free up these Gorby's chariots. I lost a couple in this tar pit of the Forest Goblin Spider Riders and these Orc Boar Boy Boys. Boar Boy Biggins. God, it's a mouthful. And now, Grimgor, who is still nearby, there he is, still dealing with the Chaos Warriors. He is going to come after Big Bird. We have routed one of the Goblin's big bosses, but they will be back. They always come back. And now he's going to start dealing a lot of damage to Big Bird. I've been trying not to fight Grimgor, but right now I'm not sure what I was micromanaging. Probably my Gorby's chariots. You see them running around everywhere. But Big Bird is going to take a lot of damage from Grimgor here. Right here, the Exalted War Hero, or the Exalted Hero, charge these trolls to try and reroute them again before they can do much damage. And here come the Orc Biggins and Orc Boys that came back from routing. I'm going to have to deal with them with the remaining Chaos Warriors that we have, which is now a few, very few, and they are very low on hit points at this time in the battle. Right now, I'm trying to run Big Bird out because Grimgor has just almost annihilated him so quickly. Because, damn it, Grimgor is so strong. But he's going to get pinned down by these Orc Biggins and destroyed. Here comes my Exalted Hero trying to kill the Goblin Big Boss. I don't necessarily want to charge Grimgor because he's so strong. I'm just trying to hit and run attacks because our hero is almost dead. So I get to route the Goblin Big Boss again, and now I'm going to try and pull him out before Grimgor gets there. There go my Gorby's chariots. Doing what they can to assist the Chaos Warriors that are up here fighting. Again, I don't have many left. Give you another view of the battlefield, at least on my side here. My Armored Trolls came back from the fight with the Empire player, well, his greenskin opponent. So now they're assisting me here. Again, those are all the Chaos Warriors I have left, but Grimgor is still almost at full health, which is very scary. And here I am trying to take out another one of these Goblin Big Bosses. I'm trying to take out their leadership very slowly and doing quick hit and run attacks and not getting pinned down because my hero is almost dead. Over here, this unit of Halberdiers is now fighting against Grimgor, just doing what they can. But he is so strong. And here's the Goblin Big Boss. And now here I bring my Armored Trolls in to deal with Grimgor and the Big Boss. Armored Trolls can at least get through Grimgor's armor a little bit. But he is just chasing down our Halberdiers. More orcs coming back from routing again. I've routed them so many times. I remember just like, oh my god, just break. Just break. I did another quick charge against the Goblin Big Boss with my hero and getting him out again before Grimgor can kill him. When you have mobility like that on a flying mount, you use it. The remaining Chaos Warriors and the Gorby's Chariots are trying to reroute the Orc and Orc Biggins here. And again, my Exalted Hero coming down to try and route them. My Armored Trolls were routed by Grimgor pretty quickly. Here comes some Imperial Greatswords. And this is a pretty close fight at this point. So let's actually pause it here because we're in the final bout of the battle and it's super close. So let's see how the Imperial player has dealt with the other greenskin players so far. It's odd to have an Arch Lector in a battle 2v2 when allied with Chaos. Maybe they're a corrupted Lector.
As long as we outnumber them,
although,
we will hold.
probably not. Goblin Catapult there is pretty good against the Empire. Pretty good against most factions, really. Through the trees. There's my quick tar pit strategy that quickly turns because of those trolls.
Take it down.
I was hoping to get a lot of penetration with that charge and just get through the orc line and then come out, but nope, nope, those trolls stop that. Here we go. Is this a net? Are they dropping a net with the... Oh wait, no, they don't even have a light wizard. What am I talking about? I'm so used to seeing light wizards with the Empire now. We have a... Oh, the transportation of lead from my Big Bird, trying to help the Imperial player over here. Right, so I remember casting that. Oh man, that giant just runs right by the halberdiers. There's my Gorpi's chariots. They're currently trying to rout some orc boys there on the right flank. Black orcs are piling into the center of the Imperial line. And that's where my armored trolls are going to be going. This giant is now taking a lot of fire from the crossbowmen back there. Halberdiers can do a pretty decent job of holding back Black Orcs, but that is not a fight they will win, but they can hold for a while. I believe I charged my Gorpi's chariot. Yeah, they're still over here trying to help the Imperial player. Right now, they're just trying to get out of this Black Orc group. I remember taking a lot of damage here. There's the other Grimgor. Messing up some halberdiers. I think I get another charge into the orcs before we leave. I think. Oh no, the Archlector's in a one-on-one battle against Grimgor. Oh god. Oh well. Yep. That's not good. That's not good. Oh man. That Archlector is going to die so quick. The Archlector's a pretty cool hero, really good at supporting a line, a battle line, but man, not a one-on-one fight against Grimgor. I imagine he dies pretty soon. There we go. Our chariots get a charge on these orc boys that come back, I believe, from routing. Yeah, so we're trying to reroute them real quick before we go over to my side of the battlefield because I was losing at this point. So I'm like, well, I've done as much help as I can. I've tried. My Chaos Trolls are over here actually fighting against the enemy's trolls and some orc boys. I don't want to fight them. I want to fight the Black Orcs, but we kind of got caught up here. At least the Quarrelers are still free to fire, as well as these handgunners. Archlector looks like they are getting a spell off and now running away from Grimgor. A good call. Very solid choice. Halberdier is still holding. Orc boys punching through the lines, getting into the handgunners. Witch Hunter, I imagine, is firing at the Black Orcs. I would think. Oh. An epic duel. That Witch Hunter did not exactly want that fight, I think, but now he has it. Ooh. God, those Doom Divers. Witch Hunter is still here, holding the line. Doing his little shimmy. Oh gosh, now he's in melee against Black Orcs. That's also not what you want. He can do a lot of damage with his range attack against Black Orcs, but his melee, not as much. Right? His melee is not armor piercing, is it? No, it is not. Just his range attack. At least the Archlector's still alive, casting his buffs. This is probably the AoE damage spell. Yes, it is. Let's give an above view on the orc lines. Grimgor is actually almost dead to these halberdiers. And I guess the damage that was dealt by handgunners, probably, that I missed. I can't imagine the Archlector did that much damage to him. I don't remember doing this, but apparently I assigned some of my Chaos Warriors to go help against these trolls as well. That was kind of me. I don't remember doing that. I remember just being so worried about my fight against my Grimgor and the Orcish forces. This Witch Hunter, man. Are you routing? Oh, actually, no. He hasn't taken much damage at all. Wild. So Grimgor wants to finish the duel with the Archlector, it looks like. And the Archlector does not want that. Instead, they're going to have, what, crossbows? Fire into Grimgore. We also have some handgunners out there as well. I think he's getting hit also by the Witch Hunter. Because I saw like a little gouts of blood, but no bullets or anything. Maybe it was Witch Hunter. Here we have routed or destroyed the trolls, and now we're going to move on to the group of Black Hookers over here with our armored trolls and this group of Chaos Warriors. Which again, I didn't remember assigning to fight over here. But the armored trolls and the great swords, and then of course the Chaos Warriors, they're going to do really well against what's remaining here of the Black Orcs. The Archlector is still alive. Currently being chased by some Black Orcs over here. Crossbowmen are being chased off. The crossbowman, Grimgore is almost dead. I imagine he was probably hit by the Witch Hunter's accusation skill at some point. And maybe that's what's going to happen right here as well. I'm not sure. Let's see. Grimgore would be a good target for accusation. Looks like he's trying to kill the Archlector. Another charge. All the buffs are being dropped. More AoE damage. I think the Witch Hunter is... Yeah, I think he's over here just shooting Grimgore in the back. No! The Archlector falls! Aww. Well, you managed to have 3 separate duels with Grimgore. That's pretty good. And Grimgore still lives. But I know the Witch Hunter's shooting at him. He's almost dead. Good job there. Over here, we are routing those Black Orcs. They are almost breaking. Chaos Warriors don't fare as well against Black Orcs. Do I not send my armored trolls? I guess I pulled them out at this point. They're over here. Let's see, is that Grimgore still alive? Still alive! Getting shot at by the crossbows. But now it looks like the Witch Hunter is over here supporting my fight against the Greenskins. And here come my armored trolls. Ooh. Bash your arm off. You can see me getting some hit and run attacks on that Goblin Big Boss. We have still not caught up to where we were before. There we go. Grimgore finally falls to the crossbows. And you can see there are still some orc units around, but they are in the midst of routing or barely coming back. We also have some handgunners way out here and some greatswords too, I guess. And more handgunners over there. Crossbows dealing some damage to the trolls. A very good target for crossbows to focus down. Well, the unarmored trolls anyway, which are what the Greenskins have. So that is a great target for them. Over here, I believe this is an accusation. Yep, being dropped by the Witch Hunter against this Grimgore. I didn't realize that in battle, but very good job on that Witch Hunter there. That helped me out a lot, apparently. Because I remember at one point I was like, man, Grimgore really lost a lot of hit points. That was probably why, because this Witch Hunter is just shooting him and dropping accusations. My hero getting the heck out of there. I believe we have almost caught up to where we were before. So the Empire player here, we have a couple great swords still remaining in pretty good health too. Of course, the Witch Hunter and then these crossbows are over here finishing off those trolls. My Chaos Warriors are being routed by those Black Orcs, but there's not many left. And now here we go. We are routing this group of biggins. We're trying to. And it's at this point a lot of my forces start to rout. Right now, the only thing not routing is my Exalted War Hero, and he is almost routing. He is at the edge. But yeah, I have no control over any units at this point. They're all running for their lives, but the Great Sword is getting in here against Grimgore and these Goblin Chariots. And the Big Boss, who's still alive, even though I've tried to murder him so many times with my hero. So right now I'm being very careful and trying to pick targets that I think I can route really quickly. So I charge these Black Orcs, but they prove to be a little bit more than I can handle. So I'm going to try and pull out before we get into a rout. I was trying to help the Witch Hunter as much as I could. So I believe I charge them again when I get some of my morale back. But yeah, now they're facing off against the Witch Hunter back there. Great Swords again dealing with Grimgore and these Orc Biggins. Great Swords can do pretty well against Grimgore as long as they hit because they're armor piercing. This group of Chaos Warriors just come back from routing. I believe it's the only one. I'm going to put them back in the fight as soon as I notice them. Yep, I do charge this group of Black Orcs again, so me and the Witch Hunter now fighting against, I think 2 groups are in here. We've routed 1, but the other one is still in a decent enough morale, so we're going to try another charge. Actually, I may be going over to the Goblin Big Boss at this point. Yeah. So I see the Goblin Big Boss about to rout. Ooh, I went too far. So I charge him with the Exalted Hero and finish off his morale. And then get the heck out before Grimgore gets me. Grimgore goes after my hero a few times, but luckily he got pinned down by these Great Swords. Back there, the Witch Hunter managed to rout the other group of Black Orcs on his own. And here we go. We're going to charge Grimgore because he is almost dead. And that's it. Right there, he is shattering. And when he shatters, the rest of the remaining orcs shatter, and we get a victory with only these 2 Great Swords left that were in decent health. And then there was also still the crossbowmen, but I imagine they were almost out of ammo at this point. This group, which was on the edge, my Exalted Hero, which was like 1 hit from death, and then the Witch Hunter, which was also just a couple hits from death. Like, he was pretty close too. So all in all, this is a very, very close match. So close. Like, if those Black Orcs killed the Witch Hunter, and especially if Grimgore one-shot my Exalted Hero, I think that would have broken the rest of the Great Swords' morale, and we would have shattered instead of them. So, like, I really think it was that close for it to be, you know, either a win or a loss. So, good game to my opponents and to my ally. Oh, man. I was so worried the later half of that match because it was so close. So, for my kills here, 55 on Big Bird, not bad. 69 on the Exalted Hero, which he kind of clutched out there at the end using his mobility. The Chaos line, for the most part, did really well. The Gore Beast Chariots did pretty well. And the Trolls did okay. They could have done better, but they did okay. For my ally here, Ghosty, the Archlector managed to hold off Grimgore for a while. The Witch Hunter, with their accusations and their just shots, which do a lot of armor-piercing damage, did pretty good. I think he did really well, actually. The main line of Halberdiers and Swordsmen, I think, did a pretty good job of holding off the Orcish Tide. The Great Swords did really well. Crossbows shut down some Trolls and other units. And then the Handgunners did pretty well as well. They did get caught by the Giant for a little bit, but besides that, they did pretty good. 72 kills in the Hellstorm Rocket Battery, which I think is okay. That thing is still pretty expensive, but that's okay amount of kills. For Gonos here, Grimgore 40 kills. The Orc Boar line did okay. They're not really there to get a lot of kills. The Black Orcs, though, did amazingly well. Orc Boar Boys did not as good. Giant got shut down by the crossbows and the handgunners when it was thrown into the combat. 171 kills in the Goblin Doomdiver Catapult. So good. If this thing is not threatened... actually, it was threatened. The Hellstorm Rocket Battery was firing at it through a lot of the battle, but even then, it still managed to eke out almost 200 kills. And then the Trolls, I think, did pretty good. And then Adri Dots here... This is the one I believe I was fighting. 172 kills for their Grimgore. Goblin Big Boss, 64 kills. 64! This thing costs 350 base. So I think it's like 550 with the spider mount. And then I guess more for the potions of healing, which I believe they took. But still, that's insanely good. Their Orc Boys did pretty good. Orc Biggins did okay. But against a very solid Chaos line, you're not going to have... Hopefully not have a high amount of kills with either of these units. The Savage Orcs got kind of shut down with the debuffs, and then my heroes shut them down a little bit. The Forest Goblin Spider Riders, I think, did pretty good for how much they cost. They did really good. They shut down the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. The Orc Boar Chariot kind of got shut down by my Halberdiers and pinned down by them. Orc Boar Boy Biggins, they did okay. They did some damage to my Gore Beast Chariots, which is a pretty big deal because they were like a big part of my army. Trolls did pretty good, and then the Goblin Wolf Chariot, man, that's just a unit I don't understand. It has a decent charge, but its mass is so low, and then its archery attack is kind of high, but at the same time, there's only one archer per chariot firing, so it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe I just need to try these out more, but they've never stood out whenever I have used them or fought against them, really. I don't think they're good. Maybe against other goblin units because they're so small, like you can just charge through other goblins, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, good game to my opponents and to my ally. I hope you enjoyed that one, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.